Alright, we're live. Okay, what's going on, guys? This is Liam and welcome to another live stream. I am currently back in Chiang Mai and just wanted to do another stream. I'm just organizing stuff. I'm shipping out more of these bad boys today. Very excited about that. A couple I had to send, a couple more I'm sending again just because Thai Post does that, you know how it is. I just got back from the south of Thailand, which was nice. It was probably my first actual holiday in probably 5 years of doing this. Just because I love this so much, honestly. Spending the time to do this, helping you guys, help you get silence, it's amazing. And I love it so much that, you know, that's why I keep giving you the new courses. I keep doing these live streams. I keep, you know, answering you guys' questions. That there's so many people, you know, messaging me and asking me for help, whether it's direct message or email or Facebook or Instagram or in the private Facebook groups, in the private Telegram groups, in the private WhatsApp groups. I've got a lot of groups, you know, I've compiled a lot of groups and a lot of stuff like that. To order the book, somebody just asked, you have to have the silence course. So you have to get the silence course and then the book is included with it. So if you want a link to that, just send me a message and I'll send you a link. So the point I was getting to before, in terms of answering people's questions, let's see. Hi bro, finally got my insomnia down and the energy is so different. Amazing. Yeah, if you're not sleeping properly, I mean, I've said it before and it is true, and I do believe there's some validity to this, where I've said dry fasting is kind of like replicating good sleep. Because when you sleep properly, you're not eating, you're not drinking, obviously you're unconscious, your cells are being recycled. When you're dry fasting, obviously you're awake, but you're not eating, you're not drinking, or anything like that, and you're forcing your cells to be recycled through something called autophagy, which is different to ketosis, but it's very cool. What about seminal retention? So not masturbating, basically, or having sex. Yeah, look, I mean, I've never tried it. I've had other people try it and give it a go and say it helps them. It's not really my thing. You know, I've never done it. I've never really been, you know, called to do it, I guess. But, you know, I think there's some pretty valid stuff out there, to be completely honest with you. I mean, some people say it's just bro science, but I kind of disagree with that. There's been books written about it. There's been studies written about it. Studies pertaining specifically to testosterone. So, you know, there's always something to be said about it. If you're a man and even a woman and you can increase your testosterone, it's not always a bad thing, because men's testosterone is so incredibly low. I mean, if you just look around and, you know, like, for example, I was in Phuket, down the south of Thailand. I'm actually going back in a couple of days to take another break, I think. But you know, it's a beach place. There's a beach there, and you know, all the pretty girls are out and all the guys are out and everything. But you know, it's for the women too. But the men, when you look at the men when they're walking around, they have literal tits. You know, they're walking around without their shirts on, which is like, oh God, stop. And they have like breasts and they have like a big stomach and they have, you know, like, it's like their testosterone, I don't know what they're eating, but I'm sure their testosterone's very low. They don't really have any, you know, proper muscle development or anything like that. So it's kind of shocking. So if you can get better testosterone, you can improve your sleep, your happiness, your sexual function, your confidence, you know, you get out of bed, you'll sit and play video games for like 5 minutes and go, what the hell am I doing? Why don't I do something productive? Why don't I go achieve something? Why don't I go, you know, build something? Why don't I go help somebody? Why don't I go make some money? Why don't I go, you know, on a date? This goes for men and women, so, you know, it applies to everyone. But who's got a question about tinnitus? If you guys have any questions about tinnitus, let me know. If you have any questions about any of my courses. So I was saying before, I need my fucking glasses. I was saying before that, just one sec. Here we go. I was saying before that I'm actually training my assistant to field a lot of the questions that are in my Facebook group, in my Telegram group, and WhatsApp group, and they already do my emails, but they're going to do that too, just because there's so many questions. And the questions are good. I like the questions. It shows that people are actually paying attention and want to know. But I don't have the time. I just literally don't have the time. So I'm training my executive assistant to be able to answer those questions. So it's very cool. Things are growing. Updates. The Tinnitus app that I have. Sorry, not the Tinnitus app. The chatbot, the AI. It's linked in with ChatGPT and Pinecone and this complex custom index and blah blah blah. And it's got a voice module and it's trained to sound like an Australian and everything like that. That's done. So it's completely done now. So it's absolutely, if you're in the Telegram group, so keep asking questions, guys. I'll get to them in a second. Please keep the questions coming. But if you're in the Telegram group, I posted some pictures and some screenshots, and it's freaking incredible. It's unfucking believable. I gave it my book, the ChatGPT said, read my book, here are my videos, learn about this, do this, learn that, do this, become me basically. But we're calling it Roger because, I tried to train it to sound like me, but it didn't sound very good like me. So it's going to be called Roger the Australian. Very cool, huh? And Roger, you can ask Roger any question you want, and it'll give you an answer just like I would. And it will send you a text message instantly. And if you're blind, like I have a client who's blind, and I have clients who are hard of hearing and whatever, you can read it. But if you have vision problems or visual snow, or you just don't want to look at a screen all day, you can send a text message and it will send you a voice note back, and it will talk like I'm talking now. It's fucking crazy. It's awesome. So I spent a lot of money on that, and you guys can have it. That's very cool. Hey Liam, funny you mentioned chlorine pools reduces iodine and affects thyroid. I was wondering why I got a spike when you answered my question with your post the other day. Yeah, so chlorine pools, that falls under the halogen table of the periodic table of elements. You have chlorine, fluoride, iodine, bromine, and another one which always escapes me. And all of them are toxins except iodine. Iodine is an essential trace mineral. It's a trace mineral, and essential means that your body can't make it. So, for example, cholesterol's, your body is essential, but the technical phrase is it's not really essential because your body makes 75% of the cholesterol that you need. So anyone who tells you that cholesterol is dangerous or it causes heart disease is a fucking idiot, because your body needs it. Your body needs it so much that your liver and practically all the cells in your body will just make it. So why would it be making it if it's a toxin? Come on, I mean, let's just use our brains here. Where are we? Okay, it has been mentioned that tinnitus can be a cause of parasites, yeah. But when doing a parasite cleanse I'm about to do, the cleanse person doesn't want you to eat any meat. However, you're saying to increase meat. Yeah, so, when it comes to most cleanses, like whether it's like a gallstone cleanse or a parasite cleanse, they always say don't eat any meat. I haven't found that to be necessary. With the gallstone cleanse, if you guys don't know what it is, your gallstone, if you still have a gallbladder, rather, it'll be full of gallstones most likely. Gallstones are formed by stress, alcohol, toxins, parasites, but they're mostly oxalate. So when people release gallstones, I have many clients who send me pictures of gallstones. You basically just poo them out. And they're these they look like green marbles. And they can be anywhere from the size of an actual marble to thousands and thousands of little stones. And they clog up the bile ducts of your gallbladder. Anyway, that cleanse involves things like L-malic acid, citrus, apple juice, things like that, to loosen the bile ducts. And then you take a whole bunch of olive oil and citrus to basically flush out the gallbladder, the gallstones from the gallbladder, and it works amazingly. But as the instructions go, you're supposed to go vegan for a week. You don't have to do that. I used to tell people to do that because that's what I did and that's what people got success with. So I kind of told people to do that with your doctor's permission. And, people would feel sick and people would throw up and people would it's vegan. Veganism is fucking stupid. And, you know, people would get spikes and they would feel awful. And then I had one guy who just didn't do it. He was like, I'm not going to go vegan. I'm just going to eat what I usually eat, which is like mostly meat. And I was like, dude, fine, do what you want. And he's like, yeah, I was fine. I was like, really? He's like, yeah, dude, I was perfectly all right. There's no problem whatsoever. It was absolutely fine. And I was like, all right, well, why don't you tell someone else to do it and see how they go? And it just went and went and went. And then I just removed that. So with the parasite cleanse, when it says, maybe you're talking about Miss Rogers Hood or you're talking about someone else, I get the idea because people think meat is bad, but you know, someone can be very right about one thing and then be so wrong about something else. Like I was watching I don't know if you know, this is total side tangent, but I was watching an interview with Douglas Murray on my favorite podcast of all time, Boyscast. It's a great name. Anyway, he was talking about, you know, like stuff about whatever, the world. It was very interesting. And then he said something which was so fucking stupid that it just blew me away with how obviously factually wrong it is. So anyway, people can be right about a lot of things and they can just be so off about one thing, including myself, which is why you always have to learn, right? But going, you know, you can do it if you want. You can go vegan or whatever if you want during the cleanse, but that just seems like it's going to make it harder. Like, Jesus. My sleep has been hugely impacted. I am 2 months in and I have gone through so many meds to sleep as I find when I'm not taking anything I get so anxious I get no sleep for days. So you've had tinnitus for 2 days? Or it's the course that's doing this? Let me know. But if you can't sleep, you know, you can do things like melatonin, get up early. You can use Ra Optics, the blue blockers. Cut out coffee, don't eat or drink after sunset, get sunlight during the day, exercise, you know, sleep in a colder room, make sure the room is pitch black, things like that. So that should help. Why does dry fasting work so well for tinnitus? It recycles your mitochondria. And dry fasting is so amazing. Like, what doesn't it do? If you have like any external pathogens, like let's say parasites, mold, candida, bacteria, residual viral particles, you have, you know, something like that, it will kill them and it will recycle them. Your mitochondria will deal with them. It'll push them from your inside of your cells to outside of your cells via your bloodstream to the lymphatic system, and you'll sweat it out, urinate it out, defecate it out. It'll come out of your nose, come out of your ears, all this amazing, come out of your pores and your skin. It's amazing. It does practically everything. But one of the main things that it does is it actually recycles your mitochondria via something called mitosis. There's another thing that it does. So if you want to learn more about dry fasting, this is the absolute best book in the world for dry fasting. It's called The Phoenix Protocol by August Dunning. Let me find something for you. So the interesting thing about dry fasting is this. You would think, you know, you're not, by the way, don't just go and do this, guys. You need to speak to your doctor. You need to take it slow. You need to have, you know, use common sense, be safe. This is not a small undertaking. And most people don't even have to do this to get silence. But I'm just saying that it's an option. So, you would think that when you're dry fasting, that you would urinate less and less, right? Well, most people actually urinate the same amount or more, and as they urinate, their urine becomes darker and darker and thicker as they're clearing out the inside of their cells of heavy metals, fungus, mold, parasite, bacteria, all this crap. It clears out the inside of your cells. Water fasting doesn't do that. I used to advise water fasting, and now I think it's just a waste of time. I don't think it's worth it. I think it's kind of crap, to be honest. Maybe I'll change my mind, but I doubt it. It's like, if you're going to do a 7-day water fast, you know, that's great and all, but you may as well have just done like a 2 to 3 day dry fast, and you would have got better results from a dry fast anyway. I'm trying to find a picture for you. Let me find a picture in this book of what people urinate out. Yeah, so isn't this interesting? So take a look at this. This is the urine days 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, up to 6 days when someone's dry fasting. Does that look like they're running out of liquid in their body? They're pulling out the liquid and all that crap from the inside of their cells and just urinating it out again and again and again, getting rid of it. And what people find is and I've had clients do this, when they keep urinating again and again, and they've done this, they keep the jars for medical, testing. Well, for their own experiment. They're not a crazy billionaire who keeps their shit and piss in a jar and is like, who knows? But I digress. What they find is there's sediment on the bottom of the jars as the days goes on. Okay, who knows what it is? It could be oxalate, could be heavy metals, could be microplastics. It's probably all the above. I'm trying to find, yeah, but you see what I'm trying to say. Basically, the level of urine actually increases. So you can't really see that. It's 3 days in, up to about here, 7 days in, full bottle, or peanut butter and jelly jar, or peanut butter jar. There's one picture I want to find you which is really fascinating. Maybe I'll find it. But keep asking questions, guys. I'll get to it. I've read this book like 50 times. I swear to God, it's freaking amazing. No, I can't find it. You get the point, though. It's good for you. Is 30-hour fasting enough to heal mitochondria? I mean, how long is a piece of string? Like, your mitochondria is always going to be damaged. It's going to continually be damaged by stress, environmental toxins, especially if you're putting on makeup and dyeing your hair and using nail polish and all that shit. Toxins in the foods, microplastics and everything that you eat, and just age. Age is just what it is. We can't escape it, but you can fix it, and no matter how old you are, you can fix your tinnitus. But how long is a piece of string? Have you ever heard of Dr. Wallach? Wallach? I think I know who you're talking about. Can you please send me a link or something? How do you get rid of residual viruses? How do they cause tinnitus? They cause a residual infection, and what they do is they're very nasty. They actually, viral particles will use proteins to bind to the membrane of your cell, and they'll actually consume the minerals and proteins and lipids. So that's things like, it could be magnesium, vitamin A, and fat. That's an example of mineral, nutrient, and lipid. Lipids are fat, by the way. And just basically be like a thief. And go, oh, I'll take that. You're about to put the spoonful of food in your mouth, comes out and goes, I don't think so. Are you in my Facebook group? Because there's a list of supplements, but I'll just read you out my 3 favorite ones. And make sure you consult with your doctor before you do this. I'll read you out the 3 best ones. Here we go. Okay, here are the best ones in my opinion. It's up to you what you take. Evening primrose oil is a good one. St. John's wort. And my favorite, HP enzymes. What HP enzymes does is it gets rid of that protein that viral particles use to bind to the cellular membrane, so your body can deal with it, get rid of it, your immune system can kill it, all those great things. How does a leg workout help in healing? Well, it increases your testosterone for one, and it helps you recycle all those dead cells. Mitch Oz says, good day, Liam. Good day. How are your ears, Mitch? How's things going? Does the price of your program ever come down lower than $700 or run any special? I've been dealing with tinnitus for almost 10 years. I want to join your program but need to budget. Yes, so it did go up in price recently, but what I'm going to do is, for people that don't have the money, what I'm going to do is I have a smaller product a much smaller, much basic, much easier to use product. And I'm going to attach that to something like a group call every 2 weeks or something like that. Because the more expensive product comes with one-on-one calls, but if you want to do, if you need to save money, then you can just pay monthly and have a smaller product, a separate chat group, and bi-weekly calls. And you can also get access to the AI chatbot. So I'll do that. Is sudden hearing loss caused by parasites? Not that I know of, to be honest. Like I don't think so. It's usually caused by a viral infection, which can be fixed, or if you have a serious problem with your mitochondria. First time I noticed my tinnitus went down was in dry fasting. Yep, love it. And first time I noticed silence was after lifting heavy weights. Love it. Mitch Oz says, I'm going to dry fast. Nice, man. Any new course updates? Yeah, there's, if you had Triumph Over Tinnitus 3, you would have been updated to silence. Send me a message if you don't know what I mean. If I had Triumph Over Tinnitus 3 since January, love it. Where do I order the book? Send me a message, please. Trying fasting now, Mitch. Yep, let me know how it goes, brother. Do you treat private clients any different treatment-wise versus clients that do your course? You mean like one-on-one calls or something, or what do you mean? That kind of sounds the same to me. Let me know. Let me know. Okay, Chris Mayberry sent a request to be in your video. Okay, I'll let you. Doesn't work, so. It keeps. Here we go. Hey, brother.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. What's going on, man? How are
Nothing
you?
much, dude. I'm doing all right. So okay. This is crazy. This is like surreal. It's weird, like actually talking to you, man.
Yeah.
All right. So I've been following your course for going on like 11 months now.
Yeah.
And it's working like a lot. My tinnitus has really significantly dropped in the past month. It's probably been, shoot, man, maybe like a 0.2 to like maybe a 3 on like a bad day. Like it's pretty much gone.
How was it when you first started? Was it like a 10 or an 8, or
it was?
Where was it when you started?
I mean, the way like you described it in your story.
Oh, I think I've lost you. Bummer. Okay. How do I do this? I've definitely, I don't know. Can you guys see me talk? Can you see Chris talk? Or is Chris frozen for you as well? Is Chris frozen for you as well? Yeah, maybe he's through. Dang, I was interested in what he had to say. Yeah, I'll bring him back in. How do I take him out? I don't know how to take him out. You don't see him. Oh, you don't see him at all. No, Chris. Okay, yeah, I just see his frozen face. Chris, if you if you try to, God, good old technology. Chris, if you try to apply again, maybe you can come back in. Sorry about. Oh, Chris says his connection is horrible. Do you have Wi-Fi or something like that? Like maybe you can connect to a Wi-Fi or disconnect. Yeah, that's a shame. That was going to be a good story because you're a drummer as well. I know you played drums, you got tinnitus, It was pretty bad. Now your tinnitus is like, I think I know what you're going to say because we've spoken before. Your tinnitus is like basically gone, but you can't quite get it to that last little bit. Oh, here we go. You've requested to join. Okay. Accept. I'm trying to get you in.
Okay.
There we go. Got you back
I don't
there.
know if it'll work this time. My connection's horrible. I'm using like a hotspot because I don't have Wi-Fi in my house. But
No worries, brother.
yeah. So basically, what happened was it was at, I don't know, like an 8 or a 9. It was pretty loud, and it was kind of like a microphone feedback kind of sound, really annoying, and pretty much destroyed my life. But yeah, I'd apply everything, man. Like, I think mold was a big one for me though, because that was one of the things that I sent in like the what's it called, like Facebook group, was the mold. That was like a big thing for me. So I applied let's see, the black Spanish radish. I did that for a while, and that really helped. I still do that. I still cycle that on and try with that. I just got Paris 3 the other day.
Nice.
So I'll probably try to do like a parasite cleanse pretty soon.
Yeah.
But my main thing right now that I'm like dealing with that's kind of like stopping me from, doing like the dry fast and the parasite cleanses is my stomach is so messed up. Like, it's weird, but like everything I eat just makes me nauseous, man. And I take the Oxbot.
So if you have like a piece of bread, you'll feel sick. If you have a steak, you'll feel sick. Or if you have a combination of what about when you drink water? Is water all right, or is that
water's fine? And I do take the iodine and selenium every single morning. And I seem to be doing better with that now that I have a better water filter.
Did that come with the nausea brought on from, sounds like, digestion? Did that come on at the same time, around the same time as the onset of your tinnitus? Or was it before or after? Or have you always had that your whole life?
I've really always had stomach problems my entire life. I remember when I was really little, they thought that my like appendix had ruptured, and I was like rushed to the hospital and that whole thing. And yeah, that was definitely pretty scary, but they ended up not doing surgery, and I was sent home. They basically were like, well, I don't know. I was really young. I don't really remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, my diet was pretty much the same stuff as like, average American diet, just eating garbage, having sodas, drinking all the time, like that kind of thing is not good.
Yeah.
So, that was one of the things that I think was really like, changing my diet was really helpful, eating more meat. I mean, now I have vegetables here and there, but like I'd say 80% meat.
Yeah, you don't have to go, 100% meat. No one really has to do it. That's fine. Yeah. It sounds like you could have, like, did you get like have you ever had like a colonoscopy where they put like a camera up your rear end and they check everything? Have you looked in there and done that, or no?
No, I haven't done that. Actually, my whole family has really had stomach problems. My older sister, Elizabeth, she had kind of similar symptoms, actually, where she was really nauseous all the time. And they like stuck a tube down her throat, and they were like with like a little camera looking in her stomach and stuff. And they found nothing. They just said like, oh, you're fine. It's probably just stress, which, I mean, it could very well be, but she ended up telling me that nothing ever got fixed.
Doctors and specialists, that would have been a gastroenterologist who said that, but they'll always say that when they don't know what it is. They'll go, oh, it's just in your head, or it's just stress, or like, get out of the office, we can't diagnose anything. But when people come to with stomach issues, usually it's, it can be like an allergy, an undiagnosed allergy. It could be gallstones, but as you said, you're taking the Oxbile, so that's good. More often than not, it's actually parasites. It's actually quite a bad parasitic infection. So, and that can happen, if you live in the same house with people, you touching up against each other. You're touching the same things. You maybe have like a family pet or something. You can transfer it that way. But
Yeah.
I'd be very interested this because you're so close to silence already. You know, like
Yeah.
you had tonight for 11 months. You're so close. A little bit of
I've
fluctuation.
had, you know what's crazy, man? I've had days where, and this might be just, like 5 minutes long, but like I'll come back from work and I'm like, oh, I can't hear it. Like it's basically gone, and it's amazing. And then like an hour later, I'm like, oh, it's kind of coming back. Like I can hear it. But those moments really make me sit out like this really does work. This is not just some, like
Yeah, and
voodoo
the
stuff.
yeah, and when and that's what I tell people as well. I tell people, when it comes to that tinnitus, if you can, when people first come to me, if they can get it to change from ear to ear or to fluctuate or go up and down, I'm like, if you can affect it, you can get rid of it. It's as simple as that. So the fact that you've already gotten it down to silence, even though it's kind of dipping in and out of there, kind of shows
Yeah.
it. Obviously, you're already there already. Just give it like a couple more months or something, and it'll be gone. But it's
Yeah.
very exciting. You kind of got like a little bit of a taste of it now, and it's like it's so close, right? It's so
Yeah.
close. I would say
That's amazing.
because we've spoken a bit. I know who you are. I know who you are in my group, and
Yeah.
we've spoken a bit. And I would probably say there's a couple of more things to consider and factors to consider. The first one is just time. Because if you do the right thing for long enough, you'll get the result. That's kind of how it works. And you've got the Para 3. Sorry, you've got the Para 3, which is really good. Sorry, messages. So take the Para 3, use that. You might need to get a binder as well. Like just like if you go to like a pharmacy and you're like activated charcoal,
Yeah.
maybe arginine is something as well. Because if you take it'll be interesting to see, because if you take the Para 3 as directed and you get a really bad spike, or you get like bad diarrhea, or you feel sick or something, like to a noticeable level, then you'll know you have like a pretty bad parasite problem. Because when you start taking that stuff and you start hurting them, they
Yeah.
go nuts. They're like, don't you even think about it? This is our home. I'm not moving, blah, blah, blah. Like,
Yeah.
I did all and everything. I'm staying here.
I
So, yeah.
I started with the Para 3. I mean, I got it like a week ago, and I started doing it for it's been like 4 days, 4 or 5 days I've done it,
How's it going?
and I stopped because I mean, you just explained it, but yeah, it was really making me feel like even more nauseous. I could feel like really weird pains in my stomach,
Yeah.
and I was like, it's definitely having an effect. I just didn't know if I was doing it right. So I was like, oh, maybe I should like take it back. Like maybe instead of 6 drops, I'll do like 4 drops. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to do that.
You should take, speak to doctor. You should take three things next time you take it, and speak to a doctor before you do this. The first one's activated charcoal.
Okay.
You can just take the second one is arginine. I can send you a message if you want. Arginine. And the third one is orthanine. I'm not sure if I'm saying that third one right, but orthanine with an O. And those things will help suppress and stop what the parasites are doing. Because they're basically, when you start attacking them, they start basically urinating and defecating in your body to really hurt you, to make you literally feel sick. So you stop doing what you're doing, and stop taking the supplements and reach for the junk. I mean, obviously they don't understand the concept of supplements and cleansing and all that sort of stuff. They obviously don't get that. They're not like that smart, but they are being attacked. They'll if you take that stuff, it should help. That'll be my advice.
Yeah. In the group chat, that was one of the things that, or the Facebook thing, it was one person was like, yeah, you should get a binder. And I was like, okay, like that's next on the list for me.
Yeah. Perfect, man. All right, dude.
Well, yeah, man, thank you so much. It was awesome talking to you.
Yeah, it's nice finally talk to you too, man. And keep going with the drums, yeah?
I play guitar.
Oh, guitar, sorry.
Yeah, I play guitar. But hey, that's going well too, man. It's going great.
Awesome, man. Good luck with that.
All right, thank you.
All right, dude.
Bye.
You have to take yourself out of the group, out of the chat, I think. But there we go. Cool. That was awesome. He's a nice guy, actually. And so there you go. He's basically silenced already, and he got his tinnitus from what seems like noise trauma, probably a bit of stress, dietary problems, parasites, it seems, you know, because those are the dominoes, you know. So, we see some questions here. Will you repost this live? Yeah, I'll put it on Instagram and I'll put it on YouTube so you can watch it again. It's fine. Hi, Liam. ENT saying need cholesteatoma removal in order to get silence again. I had T for a couple of months. ENT said I probably had a lot of ear infections for years. I don't agree. Can you advise help? So you have a problem with your tympanic membrane, your eardrum, correct? You have like a hole in it? Excellent, great live. Oh, thank you. Excellent, great live today. Thanks again, Liam. You're welcome. Yeah, it's nice to talk to people. I think people get, you know, motivation from that. I think it's very cool. And for those of you joining now, I'll repost this live on YouTube and Instagram so you can see it again. No, just mastoid issues. Okay, so you got problems with the bones behind your ears. Is that right? You got problems with here? I'm not too familiar with the... Oh, okay. You haven't... Oh, okay. So you have like a bacterial infection, that sort of thing? I've got to be honest, I'm not too familiar with what a cholesteatoma is. I've heard it before, but I've had like one person with it before, so I haven't really looked that much into it. Full disclosure. You know, unfortunately, I don't know everything about everything, which does suck, but it is what it is. Okay, we'll do 5 more minutes, guys. Any questions at all, let me know. That's what he's saying. Well, I would leave surgery till last. Darren Schmidt at the Nutritional Healing Center of Ann Arbor. It's just some bacteria that has grown in the middle ear. Yeah, okay. I wouldn't do surgery for that, not yet. Darren Schmidt, let me find this video for you, mate, because there are actually some antimicrobial and antibacterial ear drops you can take, which are safe to put into your ear, which might be able to help you with that and help you avoid surgery. Because you know, surgery, it's so risky, man. Any questions you guys have, just, you know, post them up. Darren Schmidt, eardrops for parasites. Where are you? I'm trying to find this video for you, mate. I might have to post it. I might have to post it on my Instagram story after this live stream, because otherwise I'm going to be looking for like 10 minutes. Yeah, I'll post it on my story after, mate. I will let you know. Yeah, he said you might lose your hearing for good due to the surgery. Yeah, well, fuck that. I mean, that's just ridiculous. You give me hope for... Oh, that's nice. You give me hope for other health problems, not just tinnitus. You're welcome, buddy. Yeah, look, a lot of people actually come to me to get their tinnitus fixed, and, you know, they lose weight, their hearing improves, obviously, their vision improves, their allergies go away, you know, neuropathy can go away. My advice, by the way, doesn't diagnose, cure, heal, or treat anything. I have to say that, but I'm just relaying you, you know, what's been told to me. This stuff is the real deal. It actually works. No yawning today. Yeah, I feel refreshed. I just spent 5 days at the beach. Feel great. Do you recommend those drops for everyone, or just those with a known bacterial infection? No, you can take them. Yeah, anyone can. I'll put it in my story after this, and if you want to get them, you should get them. What do you think about doing balloonplasty for deviated septum in order to help you breathe better? Go for it. I've seen it done up close, in person, in public. I've seen many people do it. I don't see any problem with it. It helps smooth your skull plates in your head. Go for it. All right, ladies and germs, legumes and gentlemen. Went to Thailand for 2 weeks. Nice. All right, guys, we're going to end this here. I'm going to put this live on my Instagram and on my YouTube. You can watch it again. I'll find that airdrop video and I'll put it on my Instagram story for those of you who are interested. Have a lovely day, and tonight is not for life, and fuck anyone who says it.